This is a Wankel. Its fuel consumption is 22.6 miles per gas station. And if you miss one, there's still hope. Our rider grabs his petcock. Yes, that's what it's called. The reserve lets flow another 50 kilometers. Ish. This is going to be tucking close.
Desperate times call for the 10-second rule. See, fuel consumption generally graphs like this, where the amount an engine burns idling for 10 seconds equals the amount it burns on startup. Meaning, if you must sit longer than 10 seconds, killing the bike saves gas.
Remember that stationary engines get exactly the same MPG as a dumpster fire. 0. Our rider moves on to chug in 6th gear, but like chugging beer, that's an effective yet imperfect solution to his problem.
See, fuel consumption is a more complicated picture, with the lowest numbers found between 1500 and 3500 RPM at peak engine load. And of course, slow RPM means fewer rotations, less friction drag, but high engine load means an open, free-flowing throttle valve, less pneumatic drag. Slow and loaded. Like a reality TV star, that's how engines go far.
Our rider squeezes the most power out of whatever fuel he has left by running 2500 RPM wide open throttle. But just because it's efficient power doesn't mean you can use it all at once. Not at legal speeds and not without too much wind resistance. Hence the hypermiling technique of pulse and glide. Choose the highest gear, accelerate wide open up to 3500 RPM, then coast back down and repeat till your destination. Or, as the case will be, not.
Our rider failed to coast correctly. See, fuel-injected motorcycles map a deceleration fuel cutoff. In that case, shut the throttle, coast in gear, the ECU feeds no fuel.
But our rider does not have fuel injection. He has one of these. Carburetors always suck gas through the pilot circuit, so in this case, better pull the clutch and coast it idle, so at least the carb sucks slowly. Failure to do so has our rider pushing 4.8 kilometers. Little does he know the difference between walking and pushing would be measured by severe chafing to his own petcock. Yet in his madness, one last method.
Many motorcycle tanks straddle the frame, so even when your fuel runs dry at the pickup side, there's still a wee dram stuck over here. It's the reserve's reserve. I'm gonna make it!
He would not make it.
So why didn't our rider succeed in the end? Perhaps because killing your bike at stoplights is not particularly safe. And perhaps because intentionally running an engine at peak load, that's not particularly good for it. And these hypermiling techniques may be worth risking, but they are a risk.